Hello, my name is Matthew Sarge, and I have been asked by the Supreme Leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea to look into Yangban Art and suggest some artwork for the Leader's personal collection. So I have done just that. Let us get started. First, here, a bit about the Yangban. So they were members of civil or military officialdom, civil being viewed as a bit more important than military. They were literati. They were an elite class in Korean society. In fact, they only married people of the Yangban. So they married with their own class. They never dropped down and married, a commoner. They studied and practiced Confucianism and were expected to, set an example for the rest of Korean society. They focused on scholarly knowledge and pursuits, and they wrote a bit about that later. And they wrote in classical Chinese, which I found interesting. Even after the Korean alphabet was created, they continued to write in classical Chinese. But a lot of their writings allowed us today to be able to have a glimpse into their society and their life. So the first piece I have is Bamboo Through the Four Seasons by Yu Deokjong from the Chosen Dynasty. It was created in the mid 18th century on a folding screen using ink on paper. So during this time, paintings of bamboo, orchid, and plum blossoms in monochrome ink were popular among the Yangban. Monochrome ink was just one of the more popular styles during that time, and the bamboo, orchid, and plum blossoms in particular represented the four seasons, and this painting in particular is bamboo through the four seasons, not just a bamboo and just not just general bamboo, but bamboo through the four seasons. So kind of merges both of those things together. It was a very good piece of artwork, and I think it would make a good piece of the Supreme Leader's collection. Next, we have the panoramic view of the Diamond Mountains by Jung Son. This was created in 1734 during the Chosen Dynasty. It is ink and colors on paper and a hanging scroll. So the Chosen Dynasty lasted for a very long time, 6 centuries, and over time, as more and more techniques are found and different styles, are invented over just natural course of time, the Yangban became very involved in these as new things came up. One of which was genre paintings, which is paintings of everyday life. Genre paintings were originally focused on the Yangban, but the Yangban themselves started doing genre paintings about the commoner, and that became very popular. Another was this, the True View landscape, which was a accurate depiction of a landscape, maybe a bit stylized, but an accurate depiction of a landscape, which is what this is of the Diamond Mountains. The besides participating in the art themselves, they were also patrons and patroned artists to make that art. Now for some pieces of ceramics. This is a brush holder with a lotus decoration made during the mid 19th century in the Chosen Dynasty. It was made with porcelain. So, as a scholarly class, the Yangban were expected not just to have tools for their calligraphy or painting, their academic pursuits, but they needed to be fancier, not plain. So this was a brush holder for the brushes with a lotus decoration or lotus design onto it. As you can see here, it is a normal looking kind of cup, but the around it is a lotus design. This is the type of thing they were expected to have to keep their brushes and not something plain. And lastly, we have a jar with the grapevine design. So this isn't quite the orchid or more bamboo, or there are some with bamboo similar to this, or a go back a slide, plum blossoms. But a grapevine is very similar in nature, right? This was a jar with the grapevine design. made during the mid-18th century of the Chosen Dynasty. It is porcelain with underglazed copper red design, an underglazed copper red design. So in the Yangban homes, the quarters were split onto the male and the female. The sangbang, or the guest study, was the most important part of the male side, making that the most important place in the home. And the sarangbang was expected to be decorated with assortment of accessories and wooden furniture. So this is a jar that would be found in the sarangbang as just a accessory, a jar that looks pretty that could be set on top of maybe wooden furniture or a table or something. So I would like to thank the supreme leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea for letting me talk about Yangban art and recommend things for his personal collection. Thank you.